We're back on CBS Sports Network with Calvin Wetzel, which must mean we're talking college basketball. Calvin, some really exciting stuff, really over the past handful of years in the WNBA, but we've got some record-breaking going on from an attendance standpoint. They've broken the record already with 2.5 million attended we still got 2 weeks left in the season. Is this a promise of more to come from the WNBA and their fans, Calvin?
Absolutely. I think it is. I think they're just getting started. First off, you look at this season, the league did this with very few games out of Caitlin Clark. Unfortunately, she's missed so many of those games due to injury. And obviously, the Indiana Fever attendance, especially on the road, drops without her. And they still got here. Maybe with her in the lineup the whole year, they would have gotten there a week ago to this record. But when you look across the league, the Golden State Valkyries, who we've talked about this year, sellouts every game. They're setting a team record for attendance as an expansion team. And when you talk about expansion teams, two more expansion teams next year, another one the year after that, basically the rest of the 2020s decade going to continue to be adding teams. And if any of those teams do even half as well as the Valkyries, you're going to have a lot more new fans in new cities. And even if not, you still have more games, more teams, which means more chances for fans to come and see the league play. And when you look at the trajectory of the league, the new TV deal that's coming up, the new CBA, you're getting in a lot more new talent from college, players like Olivia Miles, AZ Fudd, Juju Watkins on the horizon. So a lot of star power and a lot of reasons why ratings and attendance are skyrocketing right now.
Absolutely love to see it. All right, let's get to some of the games that we have today. A two-game slate. We'll start in chronological order with the 7 o'clock game. It's the Connecticut Sun and the New York Liberty. Calvin, I looked at this spread and I was a little surprised it was this large. Talk to me about your favorite play in this game.
I am too. So I am going with the Sun plus 14.5 here. The Sun have been playing so much better as of late. At the All-Star break, they were on pace to be one of the worst teams in WNBA history in terms of net rating, bottom 5 ever. They're actually positive since then. They're above average team since then. New York is still banged up. Sabrina Ionescu is questionable. Natasha Cloud is questionable. Brianna Stewart is expected to be back tonight after missing several weeks, but she might be on a minutes limit. Obviously, maybe shaking off some rust. It's her first game with Emma Mieseman, who New York signed a couple weeks ago. So maybe some integration type of, working out the chemistry and things like that. I think that's part of why the spread is so high, but I think it's going to take a little while for New York to click in that regard. And New York is one of those teams, even when they are healthy, they just kind of play with their food a little bit too much when you talk about these games against lower tier teams and big spreads. The last 2 seasons, any spread over 10, New York is 7-22 against the spread. They win these games, but they just don't cover these big spreads in the double digits. They kind of play down to their opponents. And so even though the Sun are without Layla Lacan as well, I still think 14.5 is just too high for this one.
Now, you mentioned some of the injuries. I trust you'll be in that Sportsline Discord, which is free to Sportsline members, maybe updating some of our members there. But let's go to the next game at 8 o'clock. It's Las Vegas. It's Chicago. And Calvin, it's another big spread, not quite as big. It's 10.5, but you're actually looking to the prop market here.
Yeah, I'm going with a parlay here. Asia Wilson and Angel Reese, two of the stars of this league, both to get a double-double. Parlay together, you're getting plus 127 on that, and I love getting this plus money. I'm not going to use the word automatic because we know how sports betting works, but for both of these players, a double-double has become basically one step short of automatic. Asia's got one in 7 of her last 8 games, Angel in 13 of her last 14 games. And these two players tend to bring out the best in each other as well. Since Angel came into the league a year ago, they played each other 4 times. Asia had a double-double in 3 of those. Angel had a double-double in all 4 of those. And now that Angel Reese has been back for a few games from that injury, her minutes limit seems to be lifted. She's getting full minutes and full run. And she got double-doubles even on the minutes limit when she first came back. So I love the value that we're getting here for both of these players to get a double-double at plus 127. I think it should be closer to plus 100.
All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow, Calvin. If there's anything you already like on the slate, we've got Seattle, Indiana, we've got Phoenix and LA. Anything you're looking at early?
We do have lines, and I love the Mercury versus the Sparks over 173. The Sparks did go under last game, which ended an incredible run of overs for them, but they are still over in 14 of their last 17 games. They're still pushing the pace. They're still scoring at an elite clip and not really guarding anyone, but they have offensive firepower everywhere. And this Phoenix team with the big three healthy this season, because all three of them have missed some time, they have a ton of offensive weapons as well. They have the third fastest pace in the league, right up there with LA. And I think pace begets pace. I think when you get two of these teams who like to push, you just get all sorts of possessions and buckets, and it just turns into one of those games. So the Mercury have 4 days off, and the Sparks have 6 days off coming into this game. Both teams should be rested, fresh, ready to push the pace. So I think we get a track meet in this one, and we don't even necessarily need really hot shooting, I think, to get to this over, just because of how fast this game is going to be played. So I love the over at 173.
Calvin, quick follow-up. When it comes to the season, regular season, kind of in winding down mode, and we get to the playoffs, I recall the NBA season and the playoff season. There were a lot of teams that were sort of limping into the playoffs with injuries. The Cleveland Cavaliers come to mind as having a few superstars that were out. Are there any teams in the WNBA where you really like their futures prospects maybe a month or two ago, but they're really limping in with injuries and you're not sure when some of these players are going to get healthy?
Yeah, well, we talked about New York, obviously getting Brianna Stewart back tonight, but still having all those injuries. When you look at their starting backcourt, Sabrina Ionescu and Natasha Cloud, both banged up. Izzy Harrison off the bench is questionable tonight, so some of their depth is banged up as well. And this is a team that started off the season 9-0. It looked like they were a juggernaut, going to run away with the one seed. They've been under 500 since then, and largely due to injuries. Jonquel Jones missed some time, and she's been back as of late. But as soon as she came back, of course, Brianna Stewart got hurt. And if they have that full complement of players, in fact, they haven't lost a game this year when they have been fully healthy. So if they get that full complement of players, they are going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs. But because of health, they've dropped to the 5 seed right now. If that holds, they will have to go on the road in that 4 versus 5 matchup. So it'll be tough even if they do get healthy. It's going to be a lot different than getting home court in those first couple rounds. But if they do get healthy, they still are a dangerous team.
All right, Calvin Wetzel, thank you very much. Always dropping knowledge in the WNBA right here on the Early Edge. And also in our Sportsline Discord. Calvin is in there all the time at the WNBA channel. So find him there next, at least for the next few hours or any day WNBA is going on. You'll probably find Calvin in there. But again, we cover all the sports, all different channels, whatever you want to get into, wherever you want to get expert advice. You join that Sportsline members only Discord for free. Make sure to join now.